Airways.
Thank you very much indeed, Sarah Jane. Now, Julian Assange is about to walk free from court, but his battle with the Swedish authorities over sexual allegations against him means he faces another fight against extradition. Let's talk to Giovanna Fiorentino, who is an extradition specialist from lawyers Lansbury Worthington. Thank you for joining us. Quite a battle ahead of him.
Yes, it does indeed. I understand the extradition hearing is fixed in January, and it'll be a big hurdle to overcome.
So, what happens in an extradition hearing?
Effectively, he will have to show, which I understand is the argument that has been raised by his lawyers, that the request by the Swedish authorities is politically motivated. And because the Extradition Act is based on the presumptions that there is a mutual recognition and respect amongst member states, there will be a lot of hard work from his defence team to show that there is that it's actually made in bad faith, and there is not such a is not being wanted by the Swedish authorities because of the alleged sexual assaults, but because of other reasons.
So is he effectively tried here before?
No, he's not.
Okay. So what do they base their decision on?
They will have to treat the European arrest warrant on the prima facie, on the basis of the evidence as being presented.
But if it's an alleged rape case, then presumably it's an open and shut case, isn't it?
Well, no, not really, because if there are any evidence, the defence team can show any evidence that there is a political motivation behind the request.
I.e. that he might then go to the US after being extradited to Sweden, that sort of thing.
I.e. that, you know, I understand he was initially arrested, interviewed in Sweden. He was assured that there would not be any prosecution against him, allowed to leave, and yet a European arrest warrant was then issued. So I think the Swedish authorities must provide some explanation as to why there was this gap, or at least he was led to believe that there was not going to be any criminal proceedings against him. And this is going to be a lot of work for his defence team by way of material evidence, expert evidence, and any other request. And an explanation given by the Swedish government will certainly be used in the fight against the European arrest warrant.
So, any suggestion by his legal team that the charges that he will face, even when he goes back to Sweden, would not constitute rape here in the UK is a red herring, really?
It is. Completely. Rape is an offence, and it is an offence under the framework decisions. The Swedish authorities must only show evidence that he will be punished by a minimum of 3 years imprisonment, and that is the end of it according to the European Act and the framework decision.
A lot of money has been put up, £240,000 in cash, we're told, is what had to be provided in order for him to be released. Are you surprised that he was kept in jail?
For a week?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I understand he does not have a home in UK, and normally community ties are essential in the mind of a judge for such serious charges such as rape and sexual assaults are, in order to be released on bail. So the fact that a large amount of money has been requested by the court is no way surprising at all.
Okay, and you don't think, though, he's being in any way favoured by the British judiciary? It's due process?
Certainly the judge who imposed those conditions is renowned to be a very fair judge, and I don't believe he has been favoured. There are very stringent conditions imposed. He's subject to a strict curfew with electronic requirements, so I don't believe he has been favoured at all.
A final thought, how long could it be before we finally know whether he'll be extradited or not?
Possibly a year.
Wow, long time.
Yes.
Long time, and he'll be staying in a Norfolk mansion in the meantime. Lucky him. Thanks very much indeed, Giovanna, for joining us. Thank you. Still to come on the programme for your very latest sport with John.